Hello, and welcome to Warp Speed Ahead, an irregular vlog to help document the rewarping of the Crompton and Knowles W3A automatic loom at the Willamette Heritage Center in Salem, Oregon. We are hoping this vlog will provide a fun behind-the-scenes look at the project and the amazing technology being preserved at the museum, and also help museum staff document the process for the future. Demonstration of the Crompton and Knowles W3A automatic loom is a beloved staple of tours at the museum. This specific loom dates to the 1940s and was actually salvaged from Pendleton Woolen Mill's Washougal plant and installed at the museum because it was similar to the looms that were used at the Thomas K. Woolen Mill, which we preserve and interpret, and because none of the original looms survived the resale and scrapper after the K Mill closed in 1962. Aside from a few bells and whistles, which we are sure to look at more closely in future episodes, the basic design and structure of this loom is similar to industrial looms from almost a century before. Seeing and hearing the loom run is like time travel back through the Industrial Revolution. We do have a problem, though. We are running out of warp. For anyone like me that is not a weaver, the warp refers to the long threads that run front to back on the loom. They are raised up and down by harnesses here to create a tunnel. This tunnel is what weavers call the shed. And through this tunnel, a shuttle can be passed to lay down the weft or the crossways threads across the loom. In a normal mill, rewarping the loom is a frequent occurrence as production is the goal. At the museum, however, where demonstration is our goal, we don't move quite as fast. The last time we rewarped the loom, 20 plus years ago, we had some help from the Mount Jefferson Woolen Mills Company in Jefferson, Oregon, who were still a fully functional mill using much of the same equipment as the Thomas K. Woolen Mill did. Unfortunately, they are no longer in business, and the modern manufacturers are using new looms and technologies that aren't necessarily compatible with our classic beauty here. This time, museum staff will be rewarping ourselves, with a little help from some amazing friends along the way. During this first week of work, we met with retired WHC millwright and, for those of you who have been on the tour, you may recognize, famed museum model, David Birch, to help determine a plan of action. The warp consists of over 1,000 individual pieces of yarn, most of which come on cones that look like this. In order to get the right number of strands onto the loom without creating a big tangled mess, there are several other machines and pieces of equipment that will need to be gotten into shape in order for this project to happen. So what's our plan moving forwards?
Moving forward, we're going to try to get warp on a beam. The beam is the back roller on this loom, on the other side away from me. And that means we have to put a lot of threads on at one time. We do it a section at a time using spools and a spool winder off of, in our case, we're going to be doing it off of cones. In the mill, they typically did it off of bobbins from either the spinning frames or the mill.
So we've got a lot of equipment we've got to get worked up and ready to go.
Yeah. We got the spool winder. We will have the beamer and the creel and the spool rack all going sooner or later. I don't know how much we're going to do at one time. We've got to gather some equipment to get those running. A pulley for the beamer. We'll probably want to do something for the creel, although if we're only doing 10 yards or whatever it is, I think we can just do that one by hand. In fact, the beamer we could probably do by hand, but having a pulley that I can pull over by hand would be nice rather than just a shaft. So either way, it'd be probably nice to have a wheel on there of some kind. So that's the kind of thing that is one advantage to the smaller amounts.
Right.
We're thinking of, from your suggestion, we got enough yarn to do a small amount, and I'm all for it. Let's see what we can do. Any mistakes and stuff aren't going to be such a catastrophe if there's only 7 to 10 yards on the thing. I'd like to do a little more, but
40. We're doing 40.
We're doing 40?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's a lot better, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we might even do 50 yards, and then we'll probably get 40 yards of woven fabric.
Yeah, or even usually lose a couple of blankets on each end.
Maybe. Initial plan of action completed and first inspection of the machinery made, it was time to do some math to help determine if we had enough yarn to complete the project. Tune in next time for lots of fun with numbers.
And we are going to try to learn how to do it.